Osio. Can you say Osio? That's how you say hello in the Cherokee tribes in North America. Welcome to Patrika's Little Star Cafe. Facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Monday, July 13th, 2020, and here are today's matters for chatter. Number 1, the good news is that the WHO, or World Health Organization, is considering the research that scientists are bringing forth that coronavirus could spread from smaller particles in the air, like when people talk, not just coughs and sneezes. This will create new rules for indoor environments as well as new social distancing norms. The not so good news is that this means it can spread much more than we could imagine. Not just around those that show symptoms, but around those that are asymptomatic as well. But the best news is that we now know. Number 2, well, it's been decided, the famous Hagia Sophia in Turkey, which was a church, then a cathedral, then a church, then a mosque, and most recently a museum, will now be converted to a mosque again. The decision was taken by President Erdogan. This is what the majority of the people in Turkey wanted, but people around the world questioned whether this was fair. The Hagia Sophia belongs to the world, all the countries that were once part of the legendary Roman and Byzantine empires like Russia and Greece, as well as historians. Well, they wanted to study in its many dimensions, but Turkey considers that it alone has a right to decide. Good news is that tourists will still be allowed. Number 3, the U.S. government has said that almost 80% of the U.S. state of Oklahoma is actually part of an Indian reservation, which means it belongs to the Native Americans and is governed by their rules. The U.S. started off on the East Coast, and as it expanded, it took over many Native American lands over the years. Sometimes they were given back, but mostly they were taken by force. This ruling comes at a time of when people are bursting with rage on social mistreatment of people that are basically not white, primarily in the US, Europe, and in Australia. So acknowledging wrongdoing and giving back land to them is a good start. And now for today's mega matter. At a time when many people have lost their jobs because of the slowdown at work or because of new technologies like AI, the campaign to promote universal basic income is going strong. In fact, a group of mayors in some cities have even decided to try it. Here's how it works. Everyone, regardless of age and qualification, gets some money every month from the government. And now the head of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, is giving a few $1 million himself to help out with the trial. A few countries like Finland have even tried to use the scheme, but it didn't work as well as they thought. The system is like a way that Russia works, socialism. It doesn't matter how hard you work because everyone gets paid the same. The America support capitalism, where you have to earn your comfort. But different times call for different decisions, and it may actually be a good time to try the basic income scheme in America. Today's word of the day is scheme, which is fancy for plan. And finally, for today's quote of the day, let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. That's a quote by Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyauntie@gmail.com. Take care, lots of love, Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are?